Yo, Hustle Daily, what's going on, Hustle Nation? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Big Play Ray coming to y'all with another one today. It says how I was 17 having a full-blown beef with a 50-something-year-old woman. What? Oh my god. And it says, in March, if you're seeing this, I sure did do everything you was accusing me of. Be blessed, love. Oh shit, she just fucking confessed on these nigga, man. Make sure y'all like the video. I appreciate y'all. Let's get it.
So I'm waiting in this line to pick up my son from school. I'm gonna get out another story time. So y'all know how they say when you're a teenager and you working a job, it had you being close friends with like older people. No, my job had me literally beefing with like a 50-year-old woman. So when I was in high school, my senior year, I started working at Walgreens. Now mind y'all, this older lady I was beefing with, we're gonna call her Marge. A lot of people at Walgreens already done fool with Marge because they knew the type of person that she was. But keep in mind, I'm new, so I don't know yet. When I originally was coming there, she was up for redetermination for her low income. How do I know that? Because she was asking them, hey, can y'all take me off the schedule? Because when it was time for her to take a check stub in, she wanted to look like she was getting low hours, so her rent would be low or whatever. At this point, they was like, no, we can't take you off. The schedule has already been made. So everybody else she was asking was like, no, because they wasn't fooling with her. They don't want to cover your shift. So because I was new and I don't know her yet, she was asking me, and I was saying, yeah, I'm young. Like, I need all the money I can get right now. I'm living my best life. But it was to the point where she was asking me like every other day, and this was for like 2 or 3 weeks. So it came to a point where I was like, oh no, because bitch, I'm a teenager. I'm trying to live my best life again. So I'm like, oh, I can't cover it. But I had told her that like 2 days in a row. So on the third day after that, she had no choice but to come in or whatever. She was like, oh, I have to come in, what the bam, because at this point she could find nobody to cover the shift. So she had to come in, but I also was then in, which I was supposed to be off, but I was covering the shift for my friend. So I feel like this is what did it. This is what started the tension, because in her mind, oh, you could come in for her, but you won't cover my shift type vibe, right? Keep that in mind. Now, Marge was on main register. If you ever worked at Walgreens, you know main register is registered with everything that's behind it, like the tobacco, lighters, all that, charges, whatever. And the second register that stands alone is second register. That's to cover if the lines is long, if first register is on lunch, things like that or whatever, right? Main register, they have like 2 or 3 aisles to face at the store I was working at. So that's when you bring all the products to the front, so everything looks flush, looks neat, that type vibe. Because I was second register and I wouldn't be checking out as much as first register, I had way more aisles to face, and then cosmetics had aisles to face, right? Keep that in mind. Now, first register is supposed to always be checking people out. While I'm facing my aisles, first register is supposed to be checking people out. She can then go and face her aisles if there's no customers. So I look up while I'm facing my aisles and I see there's a customer right there. Now this customer sees me see them, and I know that they know that I sell them. But in my mind, that's not my issue because I'm not first registered. She's supposed to come and check y'all out. So I'm still facing. By the time I look up again, it's like 4 customers there. This lady is still facing. Like, she see these customers because the aisles that you have to face in my store when you're first registered, you can see your register. You know what I'm saying? You can see your register, so you see when people is up there getting ready, wanting to be checked out. She's not paying them no mind. Now, keep this in mind. I was known for checking people out fast. And obviously, in her mind, oh, she needs to go and check them out and get it done. No, that's your job. You only have like 3 hours to face. I got like 9. Girl, check these people out. But she's still facing. So I'm still facing my aisles because that's not my job. So now I look up, it's about 5 people. So I go to the front on the phone, which is like it's also like a microphone. So I'm like, oh, Marge, you're needed at the front. So she comes. Now she has an attitude because in her mind, you should have checked them out type bad. You was going to get them through. So now she goes and she beep. She's intentionally checking out super slow, so I would then have no choice but to come and help her check out. So now she calls me to the front. I look up, it's probably like not even 5 minutes after she'd been up there. Selena, you're needed at the front. Obviously, I'm looking dead at her because the aisle that I'm in, it looks dead at her register. So, girl, you looking dead at me as you're calling me. But you know what? I digress. So I go to the front. Now I'm beep. We checking out super slow. So one of our little team leads or whatever, he comes out, he calls to the back. Hey, cosmetics, can you open up your register? I'm finna send some people back there. So he sent people back to cosmetics because, baby, I'm moving slow too, and now the lines are getting extremely long. So cosmetics, my girl back there, she getting them in, she getting them out. She checking them in, she checking them out. So now the store is kind of back empty, right? So I go back to facing. When I tell you from that point forward, because now I'm irritated, you taking me away from doing my job because you're trying to hurry up and face your aisle. So that last hour when it's time for us to get the store together, she trying to sit on her ass and scroll through her phone like she always doing. That's why she trying to hurry up and face her aisles during the work hours. So anywho, now I'm irritated because, bitch, you won't be facing a thing on my watch at all. You will not have any time to face nothing. So every time I'm seeing a customer, I want to go right to the front. Get on the phone for the little microphone. Marge, you're needed at the front. Marge, you're needed at the front. Marge, you're needed at the front. When I tell you, she was getting so irritated every time. And literally, as she would come, guess what I do? Go back through the aisle she faced and push the products back. Go right back through the aisle she faced and push the products back. Especially the chips. Oh my God, girl, please, you would never. I'm going right back, pushing it all back, because not on my watch or not. And when I tell y'all, the lady's so petty, right? She ended up, her register, I forgot what it was for, but her register ended up getting closed for something, right? So she had to then come and check out mainly on my register. So they logged me out, logged her in, or whatever the case may be. So when I go to check out, you go to the bank, you count all your money, whatever the case may be. Now, the register that I was on, it was something wrong. So money sometimes can get lost at the bottom. Do you know this lady intentionally hid $100 bill in there? And the only reason she said something, was because obviously it shows that she signed in on my register at one point in time as well. So regardless, one of us, damn near both of us, was gonna be on the line for it. She gonna say some, oh wait, let me check. I think I know where it is. Girl, you know where it is because you put it there, you fool. You just forgot. You signed in. You had to sign in with your car, you fool. When I tell y'all, me and this lady, that was just the start of the beef, because baby, you would never play with me ever.
Yo, these ladies is crazy. It's funny though. It's entertaining as fuck though. Boy, y'all in that motherfucker, 50 years old and 17 years old, going at it like this. That's crazy.
Okay, y'all, so this is part 2 on how I was 17 beefing with a 50-some-year-old woman at my job senior year at Walgreens. Now, a little bit more background. I started working at Walgreens in August and not September because I didn't even start my senior year in school. I was suspended my senior year, like the first 10 days of school. So I was already working prior to me starting school. So around the time that I'm telling y'all this story now, it's like December. So I have been working at Walgreens for a few months now. At this point, Marge and I's beef is solidified. Majority of the store is aware of our beef, and some of our regular customers are aware of the beef as well. So it's December, it's around the holidays, everyone's getting ready for Christmas. So unbeknownst to me, March had been already complaining to my general manager about me using my employee discount for like friends and things of that nature. Now you can use it for immediate family, but that's it. So she was saying that she was already reporting me for months at this point, saying that I was using it for friends, like associates, things of that nature, right? And caveat, I was like one of those people to just do good deeds. Like when somebody was short $1 or $2 and I didn't even know them, I'll put in my discount. Who cares? And multiple other people was doing this in the store as well. It was not just me, Marge herself included. So on this particular day, I'm clocking in for my shift. And as I'm clocking in, they count your register in front of you or whatever before they put it in and you start your shift. I'm talking to the security guard because we was cool. We were kicking it. So he was giving me the rundown of, oh, Marge has been going back and forth with some lady on the phone. Because everybody know I don't like Marge. So they telling me all the tea. Oh, Marge been going back and forth with some lady on the phone. What the bam. Keep in mind, my store, the Walgreens I worked at, smack dab in the middle of the hood. Not even 10 minutes of me clocking into my shift and learning that information, the phone rings. Marge picks up the phone, and you can tell she's going back and forth with someone. She's like one of those skinny older black women, so she has a distinct voice and a distinct stance. So the entire time, she's like this on the phone. And you can just tell it's not a good conversation at this point. Marge then hangs up the phone, I guess mid-conversation, because she was like, oh, I don't have time for that. And she slams the phone down. She's not just rude to the coworkers and myself. She's rude to other people as well. So she hangs up the phone conversation and things of that nature. So I'm keeping mental note. So y'all keep mental note as well. It plays in until later in the story. So now, probably a few hours after that, my friend's older sister comes into the store with her children's father. Again, it's around holidays. Everyone's getting ready for Christmas. So they're buying a bunch of gifts. And I feel like they was like $2 or short or something. And they obviously came into my line. So I'm like, put my number and get my employee discount. Remember I told y'all she had already been reporting me for months on using my employee discount, right? So my general manager calls me. She's like, Selena, clock out for your lunch, whatever. So I go to the back room and get ready to go on my lunch. And she was like, hey, I just want to talk to you that some of your coworkers have been reporting you for using your employee discount. I just want to tell you, be careful of doing that. Don't use it, for friends. You're not supposed to. And especially don't use it in front of other coworkers when you're using it when you're not supposed to, because then we have no choice but to address it. I'm already knowing it's Marge that's been reporting me, right? Because all the other coworkers do the exact same thing, and I'm cool with all of the other coworkers, the other older women included. It's just Marge. So cool, Marge. I see that you want to play today. I see how you want to play today. So I go on my lunch, I'm minding my business, and I come back. Now, because Marge was on first register, she was also in charge of sweeping and keeping the front of the store clean. So she was sweeping, whatever the case may be, sweeping. And now I'm clocking tea with my security guard because what's been going on while I've been on lunch? Give me the update. As we're talking, because he comes to my register when we're talking, a woman walks into the store. Keep in mind, I told y'all, Marge was just sweeping the front of the store. Sweeping. So a woman comes into the store, and you could tell this woman is pissed. I'll remind you, my store is in the middle of the hood. We have a lot of hood customers. So you could tell this lady is pissed. She comes into the store. She's looking around. Was you on the phone earlier? Excuse me? Was you the one with the smart-ass mouth on the phone earlier? So I'm like, ma'am, I have not had any conversations on the phone since I've clocked in, and I've been here for a couple of hours now. So I have no idea what you're talking about. But now it registers to me, and I look at the security guard. The security guard looks at me because we remember Marge has been going back and forth on the phone with someone earlier in her shift. So I'm like,
Remember I told y'all she was sweeping in front of the store. All of a sudden, Marge is no longer at the front of the store sweeping. She's like in an aisle somewhere or something like that. So I'm like, ma'am, no, it was not me that you were going back on the phone with. But I do remember one of my coworkers explaining to me that she was having some discrepancies with a customer. Let me call her to the front.
Oh shit, not you snitching on Marge. Damn. She about to get Marge ass beat.
Y'all get where I'm going with this? Marge, you're needed at the front. Marge then comes to the front, and the very first thing she says is, "What is it?" Immediately, remember I said she has a very distinct voice. The woman registers the voice and knows that Marge is the one that was on the phone with her. So she turns around and she gets to going off on Marge. "Oh, what do you mean? How do you know I didn't buy multiple of the same item, and now I'm just claiming that you scanned up multiple of the same items, and I'm just looking for free money?" Da, 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 da. So she's eating Marge down. So now Marge is like, excuse me, because she's caught off guard. She was not expecting it, okay? She was not expecting any of this to happen. So she looks at me, I look at her, and I look at the security guard. The security guard looks at me, and then he looks at her. We're both smirking. So now our general manager comes out because she's trying to like calm the situation down. It's causing commotion, and a lot of other customers in the store are trying to see what's going on. So the general manager is like, ma'am, how can I fix the situation? So she explains to my general manager what happened. My general manager is like, "Oh, I can get you through and I'll process your refund, no problem." The woman goes, "No, she's going to process my refund." Yeah, she's gonna go with you, Marge.
Ooh.
So at first, Marge was like, I'm not dealing with this or whatever. I'm just not gonna deal with this. What the hell? So general manager still trying to tell the lady she'll process it. The lady is very adamant. "Oh no, she's going to process it." So now I guess Marge is trying to show me and how she's the bigger person. So she's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll process your refund. My apologies. What off the bam." As she's ringing this lady out to give her the refund from the receipt, she's looking me dead in my eyes because now she knows what I did, right? So she gets the lady out the store, and as soon as the lady's out the store, she was like, "You shouldn't have done that. That was not okay. People get hurt like that." So I immediately go, "You shouldn't have been in my business. That was not okay. People get hurt like that." So she wants to act confused and says, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Marge, I know it's been you reporting me for using my employee discount, and everybody in the store uses their employee discount. So now me and Marge, we're going back and forth over the counters, okay? Customers is in the store, customers notice commotion." So where Marge was at, her register in the store that I worked at, it was the counter, her register, the counter, and another register to help if lines were very long. So our general manager comes out and she calls somebody to work at that register. She calls me and Marge to the back. Imagine calling a 17-year-old and a 50-something-year-old woman to the back to discuss their beef. So she's talking to us. Mind you, Marge is also older than my general manager. So she's like, some resolution has to come about here because we cannot keep doing this. The customers is noticing it. It's messing up the morale, all this other stuff. So I'm like, yo, Marge was messing with me. I did absolutely nothing to Marge. And Marge is swearing up and down that I'm just this disrespectful teenager. No, Marge, you tried me and you wasn't expecting to be tried back. So the general manager's like, "Oh, we have to do something about it or whatever." So I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm like, it's cool. It was not cool, Marge. I'm only 17. I have nothing to lose. I don't care about this job. I'm here to make your day hard now. So we come from the back, whatever the case may be. So now Marge is facing some owls. I kick it with the security guard again, and we're discussing it. And he like, "Yeah, she's cleaning the front. You know how she do. She's always trying to look busy and sweeping the front." So I get this grand idea. Okay. So remember I told y'all, it's December, it's winter, the wind is blowing harshly. I go and I keep my foot by the door. So the door stays open. All of the trash that she sweeps out is blowing right on back in. So she comes, she sees it, she sweeps it back out. She goes away, I go back, I put my foot, trash comes back in. She comes, she sees, she sweeps it back out. She goes, I go back, I put my foot, trash blows back in. I did this for the entirety of her shift. She then went and told my general manager she believes that I'm letting the trash back in or I'm just picking trash up and putting it on the floor. I'm acting clueless. I don't know what Marge is talking about. At this point, Marge is out to get me. So my general manager is like, "I don't think Selena would do such a thing." Now, mind you, we was in the hood. Our cameras really was not working. So our general manager's like, "I don't think Selena would do such a thing." Marge is like, "No, I'm pretty sure it's her. I'm like, "Marge, listen, we have had our ups and downs, but why would I waste my time doing that? It makes no sense." And literally for the rest of that shift, every time she would clean up and sweep, after she told our general manager, she'll peek her head over while she's doing her aisles because she thought she was going to catch me doing something. And me and the security guard was having a time because, Marge, you don't know what you just started. You're going to answer for your wrongdoings.
Yo, I like this girl, how she tells stories. She funny as hell. But that was... Yo, I gotta hear some more of this shit. Yo, this is hilarious right here.
Okay, y'all, so this is part 3 on how I was 17, beefing with a 50-something-year-old woman my senior year when I was working at Walgreens. Now, a little background to understand this story time. I was in a Future Soldiers program because I was shipping out to the Army after I graduated my high school year, like my senior year or whatever, right? Everybody at Walgreens knew about this. They knew I was going to the Army. They knew I would have like important days where I would need to call off or be on conference calls. Keep this in mind. So, the day that this story time occurred, when I got to work, I was assigned to cosmetics. Marge was already at work and she was on second register. So her back was to the rest of the store, cosmetics included. Because she got there before us, her lunch should have been before ours. Keep this in mind. I then go and I'm talking to the rest of my coworkers that's clocking in around the same time as me. And I'm like, hey, can I please get last lunch? Because I have a very important conference call that I need to be on and it's happening around the exact same time as last lunch. Can I please have last lunch? Because the way our store worked, it does not matter who went on lunch at what time, but as long as somebody was on lunch when that break was supposed to be happening, right? I did not talk about this with Marge because one, I didn't care for Marge, and two, Marge got there before us again, so her lunch is supposed to be before ours, right? Everyone is in agreement. They like, yeah, you can get the last lunch, obviously, because they knew what I had going on. So everybody like, yeah, cool, you can have the last lunch. It's no problems, it's no issues. About 2.5, 3 hours later, since me being on my shift, my team lead comes and he's like, hey, Selena, go ahead and clock out and go on lunch. So I'm a little confused because I look at the time on my register and it's like not the time for last lunch. So I'm like, hey, did everybody go on lunch? Because I'm supposed to have last lunch. And he was like, yes, everyone went on lunch except for Marge. Marge has a very important phone call that she needs to get on and it's happening at the same time as last lunch. She asked us if she could have that lunch.
Yo, they is her fucking hilarious, bro. Imagine working somewhere like this. This is crazy, bro. This is hilarious.
So some way, somehow, this lady knew that I needed the last lunch. You get what I'm saying? So she went behind my back and above my head and asked the team leads and the general manager to designate last lunch for her. So now I'm irritated, but there's no reasoning with this woman, and I did not want to reason with her anyway. So when I went on my lunch, I'm texting my sergeant that I was assigned to in Future Soldiers program, and I'm like apologizing, like, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be able to make it. There was some miscommunication and misunderstanding in my job, and I just cannot make it. Now, I'm very upset, but I'm very emotional, because now it's not little just pettiness, but you're messing with my future at this point, girl. So once I get back off of my lunch break, keep in mind, I'm cosmetics. It's not that busy. So I'm helping customers or I'm helping my other coworkers in their areas. After I get back from lunch, Marge then goes on lunch. About 5 to 10 minutes later, someone comes and they need to use the bathroom. We have to let them in with the key. But because the stock guy was not there who usually does it, they asked me to do so. Cool. Keep in mind, it's not even 5 to 10 minutes after Marge is being on lunch. So I take the customer to the back. Where the bathrooms are, the break room is there as well. It's literally right across from each other, and there's a little glass where you can look into the break room, right? I look into there. Marge's feet kicked up, chilling. She's not on an important phone call. So I'm high. So I go into the break room, and I'm like, Marge, I thought you had to be on an important phone call right now. Do y'all know this lady, while twiddling her fingers, looks up behind her little skinny glasses she used to wear and does this? Oh, I had to reschedule it. Just like that. And she was playing solitaire, bro. Like, oh my God. So now I'm very hot because now it's confirmed that you intentionally did what you did to inconvenience to me because you knew what I had going on. So I go back onto the floor and now I'm venting to the security guard. And at this point, it's fuck this lady, bro. Now, while we're venting, one of our regular comes in, and it's this older black man or whatever, right? He has a thing for Marge. He's looking for Marge. He's asking where she is, and I'm completely ignoring him because fuck Marge at this point, dude. So the security guard is like, oh, she's on lunch, but she'll be coming back soon. Now, caveat. At Walgreens, sometimes we get tips from our regulars. You're not supposed to accept them, especially not if you're behind the counter on the register, but sometimes we get them. You're also not supposed to get change for any of your personal money out of the register while you're on register. Keep this in mind. So Marge comes back from her lunch break. She goes on the register. He comes because obviously he's been waiting on her. He goes on her line. They're talking. They're chopping it up. I'm back in cosmetics, right? Marge is back into cosmetics. So now as he's talking, you can tell he's trying to convince her to get some money. She's leaning back and she's like looking. She's obviously looking for me because she knows I'm on her ass at this point. She's looking for me and other team leads because she knows she's about to do something she has no business doing, right? Marge then accepts this money. She's talks to him and gets him out the way. So now I'm peeping and I'm on it now. So another customer comes in. She checks this customer out. But as she checks the customer out, she leaves the register open even after the customer is gone. Goes into her pocket, takes that $20 bill and gets change for it out of her register. No, you just did not. No, what you just did. So I peek around. I come and I say, Marge, did you just take money out of your pocket and get change for it out of your register while you're on the register? She looks at me, but she completely ignores me. She just has this disgusted look on her face like she's fed up. Like, why are you even talking to me? Cool, Marge. Cool. I then walked past her, and I'm sure she knew where I was going. I went straight to the general manager, the back office area, and I'm like, hey, not only did Marge just accept cash over the counter as a tip, she also just got change for her own personal money out of the register while she's on the register. Snitching. So now my general manager is pissed because not only are you not supposed to do that, you especially are not supposed to do it, Marge, because your register has been short a few times. You should be doing nothing that's offsetting your register. My general manager comes out and she tells main register, hey, you check these customers out. Marge, lock your screen and come back here with me. So as Marge's walking back and I'm going back to cosmetics, we're passing each other and we're both looking at each other with disgust like, oh, this girl. So you could tell like my general manager's got on Marge's right. So Marge comes back, she's irritated, she's pissed. Again, I'm on cosmetics. It's slow. So I'm helping a lot of my other coworkers, right? So I'm helping a stock guy at this point. There's this scanner you use to scan like the items and tell you how many there is. You got new loads, you scan it, you stock it, whatever, right? So as I'm scanning, they call me and they're like, hey, Selena, you need it at your register in cosmetics to check out some customers because it was busy. So I take full accountability for this. I set the scanner down because who's going to steal this scanner? After I finish checking customers out, I come back, the scanner is gone, like gone. So I'm asking the stock guy, hey, did you see the scanner? He's like, no. I asked my coworkers, did y'all see the scanner? They're like, no. I go to my team lead. I don't know what the scanner is. Do you guys have it? They're like, no. You need to find the scanner, Selena. At this point, I'm irritated. And now I've been looking for this scanner. My coworkers have been helping me look for it in their downtime. And now it's like 2 hours.
Oh, shit. Marge done got the fucking scammer. Got a couple of your tracks. Marge getting change out the register. She had to keep that scanner on her. Marge got that scanner, y'all.
For closing. My team lead makes an announcement. Our store closes at 10, but we stay until 11 to clean and face. If that scanner is not found, they don't even care if it's 11. No one is going home, right? Everyone needs to be looking for the scanner. I'm pretty sure you all know who found the scanner because at this point, it's her MO. Marge then finds the scanner. Miraculously, she finds the scanner. Now I'm pissed because I kind of figured you had the scanner, Marge. But when does it stop, lady? I'm hot. So now I'm venting to my coworkers and like the security guard and everybody's like, she had that scanner. Like she had it. She hid it and she intentionally did it to get under your skin. And I'm like, I know. Now caveat, Marge will buy items every one of her shifts, right? Now you cannot buy them on the clock. You have to wait on your break or like literally when there were no customers at all. She would always wait until right before closing, like 5 minutes before closing, 9:55, 9:57 to purchase her items. She would have the items that she wanted to purchase at the end of the day. She would get them earlier in her shift and leave them behind her counter, her register, right? Keep in mind, I'm cosmetics. I help my other coworkers. So when customers don't want items, the cashier will put it behind their counter and at the end of the day, they'll go and restock it where it's supposed to be. I help them do that. So I tell the security guard, hey, let me know when Marge is not at her register because I know she's going to have items to purchase and I'm going to steal them. Simple. So security stands like this and you can see cosmetics from where he's standing. So when she leaves, he gives me a little signal. I run up there and I take the items because not today, not tonight, not on my watch, Marge. You tried me twice a day. I know for a fact you didn't think you were finna get away that easy. I take the items and I hurry up and restock them where they're supposed to be, right? So the team lead comes out and he's getting the last drawer out of the register to close everything out. So she runs up, hey, I want to purchase some items. He like, cool, where are they? She like, they're back there. He like, no, they're not. She said, yes, there are. He like, there's no items back here. She looks over the counter and realizes there's no items. So now she's hot. Selena had to have taken the items. So now my team lead is like, Marge, what are you talking about? Selena has been back facing cosmetics this entire time. Everyone is tired of Marge's shit at this point, right? But I indeed and did in fact take the items. So now he's like, get your items on your next shift. Ugh. Marge then comes to find me on the floor and she's like, what's your issue? And she's just going off like, who raised you? Da, da, da. So now we're going back and forth, but I start laughing at this point. Revenge is sweet. So as I'm laughing, she gets very serious. And do y'all know this lady tell me, until you quit this job, you will never know peace. Marge, did you just threaten me? Did you just threaten me, Marge? And now I'm pissed because, girl, as if you did not start all of this. As if all of this didn't start because you were trying to defraud the government. Be so for real right now.
This is hilarious, man. They going back and forth. She said, until you quit this job, you will never know peace. That mean it was war from then on out. But nah, this was a funny little story to me, man. I ain't gonna lie. Just two co-workers going back and forth. A grown ass motherfucking lady and a goddamn teenager. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with me, man. This was really entertaining right here. Love y'all for all y'all support, man. Y'all could be anywhere else in the world, but y'all here with me, and I greatly appreciate y'all, man. And make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all subscribe. Y'all know I'm gonna keep dropping them bangers, and I might be dropping like I ain't gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna drop an item. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop a product real soon. It's coming real soon. If it ain't already dropped by the time y'all see this video. Peace.